Hello everyone, welcome to Church Tech Corner. In this video, I'll be going through the effects portion of the Behringer X32. So typically on the X32, there's 4 slots for effects, right? So we load the effects into these buses. So 13, 14, 15, and 16. You can also toggle over to the effects tab. You can see them here. So typically you have a FX return / insert. You only have 4 slots, right? And then you can insert other like channels or buses or mixed buses into these pieces here, right? In addition to that, you have the FX returns. So this actually gets sent to the stereo bus right here, right? So typically I do a drums effect and then one for instruments, so the rest of the band. It's not really heavy, so usually maybe like a hall reverb, and then I do one for vocals and then maybe one for delay, right? And then again, it's really up to you and up to your music. Sometimes you might not even need effects on the instruments because there's a limitation on how many effects you can use. You typically maybe just use a vocal plate and then maybe an effects return for like the background vocals and then a delay. Now, the way I like to route my effects, and this also contributes to why I like to have them individual, right? So typically, even though I have maybe a hall reverb, I wouldn't send both instruments and vocals to that effects bus because I don't route my effects bus to the stereo bus, right? I route it back to the mix bus so that I have total control of the volume. So I'll explain what I mean. So basically, if I go here, and so Behringer already has a list of like template effects that you can use. So you can click on utility right here, and you can scroll to say drum treat. This one, you can load. So now I've loaded this into the slot. So let's maybe send drum channels to that bus. Right, so I'll start here with this. So it's loud. So it's drastic, obviously. That's the point. So that's just it dry. So going into the effects channel. So also you can tell that, click here. See? Oh, it's muted, right? So this is getting sent to the stereo bus right here. So off the back, I actually want to EQ this effects, right? So I will click on EQ. So similar to what I did before, looking for right? And then I can reduce the how much is being sent. So another rule of thumb is that you actually want to add effects as you're playing with the rest of the band. So I have my band bus here that's currently muted. Right? Okay, so now see how initially without the band, right? It sounds a bit too wet. Like, look. Right? But then when the band comes in, it gives context, right? So the next piece is, remember when I said I send my effects returns not to the stereo bus, but actually to the drum bus. So if I send it to the stereo bus, look what happens. You hear that? I don't want that to happen. If I mute the drums, I want everything to be muted, right? Same thing applies to, let's say, if I have a DCA group, for example. I want the effects to be routed to the DCA group so that it actually mutes everything, right? So you can see how if I share an effects bus, like with drums and I also put, let's say, like a vocal on here, right? It will mute the effects on those vocals as well. So I typically like to split it up by instruments, right? So what I would do is take this off here and then send this effects rack to it like this. So, right? And then when I mute it, it's all gone, right? So that's my approach to adding effects. Thank you so much for watching. See you on the next video.